Hi, guys. You're here with Mrs. Smith, and today we're going to do a division review, but you'll be happy to know that we only have a single digit divisor in this lesson. So let's do our objective. Will you read this with me? Starting at I can right there. Ready, go. I can divide a multi-digit number by a single-digit divisor. So let's talk about some vocabulary that you're going to see. We might see our division problem written like this, 12 divided by 4. The first number that's listed is called the dividend, or we could think of it as how many I have. The second number is called the divisor, or how many groups I'm going to split up what I have. And then once we do our division and we have our work here, we get our answer or our quotient, okay, or how many groups we would end up with. We might also see it like this. I call this the division house. Okay, remember the first number is our dividend. It goes inside the house. First come, first serve. And then the second number, our divisor, goes on the outside. And then our quotient ends up at the top. Okay, so today I'm going to show you or review with you 3 methods that you learned in 5th grade. And if you didn't learn them, you'll learn them right now. And then I'm just going to stick with one method because by 6th grade, we should be able to use the standard algorithm. And that's what we're going to use for the bulk of this. So for this problem, I'm going to use what you may have heard as the partial quotient method or the lucky 7 method. So here we set up our division house, but we make it super long. That's why it's called lucky 7 for some people. First number goes inside the house, always. First goes in, second number comes out here. All right, now I have to make partial quotients. So I'm going to have to do some extra work over here with my 5. And I know if I do 5 times 10, I get 50. Is 50 even close to this? We're going to try and do numbers that end in 0. Nope. So what about 100 times 5? 100 times 5 gives me 5,000, right? Nope, just kidding. 1 extra 0 there, sorry, 500. So let's put 100 over here. And I know 100 times 5 is 500. And I'm left now with 480. Well, what else do I know? Well, I know 8 times 5 is 40. Well, if 8 times 5 is 40, what's 80 times 5? 80 times 5 is 400, right? So let's put 80 over here. 5 times 80 is 400. Now I'm left with 80. Do I know how to get to 80 from 5? No, but remember I knew that 8 times 5 was 40. Let's use that. 5 times 8 is 40. And then I have 40 again. And I'm done. I get a 0 there. So then I add up all of these numbers over here. I should have stacked them better. So I have 100, and I have 80, and I have 8, and I have 8. 16, 1 plus 8 is 9, 1. So my quotient, or my answer, is 196. Now this one works if you know your math facts. So you could create like a little knowledge box up here to list some things, or you could just simply start. Remember, we want to pick bigger numbers so that we don't have to keep extending our 7 all the way down. So that was partial quotient or lucky 7. On this one, we're going to do what's called the box method. Okay, so the box method looks something like this. And you put your dividend right here, 456. Then you just put a little line here. And you put your divisor right here. And then we're going to make a knowledge box on this. Let's write what we know. Well, we know 3 times 1 equals what? 3. And we know 3 times 2 equals 6. Now, I don't want to list all my 3 times tables, so I'm just going to skip. 3 times 5, what does that equal? 15. 3 times 10 equals 30. 3 times 15 equals 45. What about 3 times 100? That would equal 300, right? What about 3 times 150? Well, that would equal 450. Okay, see how I just picked some random things and picked bigger numbers? Okay, now let's see. 3 into 456. Look down here in my knowledge bank. Do I have anything that is close to 456? Yeah, I have 450 right here. So I'm going to put 15 up here and say 15 times 3 equals 450. Then I'll subtract, and I'm left with 6. Now that 6 comes up here in my new box, and I say, okay, do I know, down here in my box, do I know anything with 3 and 6? Yeah, I know 3 times 2 is 6. And once I get a 0 down here, then I'm good. And I can add those together. And 15 plus 2 is 17. So that is my answer. All right, the last method that we're going to talk about and that we're going to use for the rest of this, that I will use. You don't have to. If you like the box method or partial quotient / lucky 7 method, go ahead and use that. I'm going to talk about the standard algorithm. So you may have heard a story that says something like, does McDonald's sell cheeseburger? Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Really? Where you say the does stands for divide, McDonald's stands for multiply, sell stands for subtract, cheese stands for check. The difference is less than the divisor, and B, burgers for bring it down. Now, I struggled to remember that, so I just think of a division family. I have dad, mom, sister, brother, okay? And the first letter all stands for something. So dad, mom, sister, brother. Dad starts with D, so we divide first. Mom starts with M, so we multiply next. Sister starts with S, so we subtract. And then brother starts with B, we bring down, and then we repeat and go back up to dad as necessary. Dad, mom, sister, brother. So here's some examples. We have 3,216 divided by 2. And this is what we're going to show. This is how our work is going to look, okay? These examples will be here for you to go back and refer to. When I say pause this lesson, you can pause and go up there to look, or you can look at some of the problems we've done together. So let's do this one. I'm going to do this one. What number goes inside the house? Please do not say the biggest number, because I promise you as you get farther into 6th grade, you'll learn it is not always the biggest number. It is the first number in the division problem. The first number goes inside the house, and the second number goes outside. All right. 7, can it go into 3? Nope. I like to put a little X here. 7, can it go into 30? 1. Yes. How many times? Well, 7 times 4 is 28. So first I divide 4. Then I multiply. 4 times 7 is 28. And then I subtract. I have to borrow here. And 11 minus 8 is 3. And then remember, so subtract is sister, brother, bring it down. Okay, we're back to dad, divide. So I have to say, how many times can 7 divide evenly into 39? 7 can divide evenly into 39 5 times. Now I multiply. 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring it down, brother. All right, I don't have a 0 yet. So 7 into 42. What times 7? Does it equal 42? Yes. 6 times 7 is 42. And then I have a 0, so I have my quotient here, and I will write it down in my answer box. All right, I just remembered another method that I want to show you. I don't know the name of this. I actually think it's called like expanded form or something, but I want to show you. We called it Kevin's way because this is how a student taught me. Okay, so what you do is you spread out the digits of your dividend. So 2, 9, 7, 6, then you put a 4 here. Okay, now I'm going to get a different color. We're going to split these boxes here. I actually think this might be called box method too. Okay. 4 goes into 2 0 times. 4 times 0 is 0, and I'm left with 2. Then I bring this up in front of here. 4, now I do the next box. 4 goes into 29. 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28, and I'm left with a 1. I bring that one up here. 4 goes into 17 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. I have a 1 and bring it up here. Divide. 4 goes into 16. So 4 times 4 times multiply, right? Oops, sorry. I got excited. I'm multiplying 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And I have a 0. So once I get a 0 on the very far right, I'm done. And here's my answer, my quotient. I kind of like this way. So if you don't like going long, like on this page, how my work took up a lot of the page here, this page I could go a little wider instead of long. Both methods are great methods. They work the same. I think I'll switch back and forth between both of these. Let's do one more long ways. Okay, so first number goes inside the house, 5,831. Second number goes outside. All right. 7 cannot go into 5. 7 can go into 58. How many times? Let's see, 8 times. 8 times 7 is 56. I have 2 left over. Bring down that 3. 7 goes into 21 or 23. 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. If you're struggling, you may want to pull out a multiplication chart to help you. Look at your 7 row and see if you can get to 21 or close to it. And we can get to it. 3 times 7 is 21. So my answer, I ignore that x, 833. It's okay to use that multiplication table if you need it. All right, let's do that expanded method again. So 1, whoops, let me erase that. No, that's okay. 1, 7, 9, 2, 4. Okay, and then we just kind of split it at the back of each digit. Like this. Okay. Get my different color. All right. Oh, I forgot to put my divisor out there. All right. 4. Look at your multiplication chart. Can 4 go into 1? There's no 1s on there. So it goes in 0 times. Bring up that one instead of bringing it down. 4 into 17. Look at your multiplication chart and find a number that's close to 17. You should see 16 on there, and it's 4 and 4. Bring up that one. Okay, again, 4 times 4 is 16. All right, then I have 3 left over. Bring it up. 4 goes into 32. Let's see, 8 times. Now remember, I'm not all the way to the right. I have a 0, but I still have this 4 over here. So just bring it up. 4 goes into 4 one time. Now that I'm to the farthest right and I have a 0, I can take this off, and that is my answer. 4,481. All right, go ahead and pause and try this next one. Welcome back. I'm going to use the standard algorithm, straight down this time. But if you used like the side-to-side way, great. Let's check it. 6 goes into 15 2 times. And I have 3 left over. Bring down that 3. 6 goes into 33 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. 3 left over. Bring down that 7. 6 goes into 37 6 times. And I am left with a 1. Ah, yes. 6 goes into 12 2 times. And then I have a 0 there. So here's my answer, 2,562. If you got that right, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. Ready? Go. Good job. Go ahead and pause and try this one. All right, welcome back. I am going to do the, modified box method, whatever. Horizontal way instead of vertical. All right, get a different color here. 3 goes into 1 0 times. Bring that up. 3 goes into 13 4 times. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Am I to the far right? Nope, I have to keep going. 3 goes into 6 2 times. And farthest right I can go, 3 goes into 6 2 times. And that's a 6. This method, I like this method so much. I guess I would call this the horizontal method because it works even when we get into decimal numbers. Same with the vertical method. The box method and the lucky 7 method do not work super great when we get into decimal numbers. So that's why we want you to get used to using one of these standard algorithms, whether you go vertically, right, up and down, or horizontally, side to side. One of these 2 methods would be your best choice. Go ahead and pause and do the last 2 problems. All right, let's do the vertical algorithm. 8, 9, 5. All right, check your work. Let's see. 5 goes into 10 2 times. Bring down that 8. 5 goes into 8 1 time. Bring down that 9. 5 goes into 39 7 times. 4 left. 5 goes into 45 9 times. And I have a 0 there. So this is my quotient, 2,179. If you got that right, I want you to put your hands in the air and give yourself a whoop whoop. 1 2 3. Whoop whoop. All right, now let's do the horizontal method on this one. 2, 7, 9, 4, 8. All right, and I put my 6 out here. 6 goes into 2, 0 times. Bring that up. Oops, that is a 2, not a 6. 6 goes into 27, 4 times. And I would have 24 with 3 left over. bring that 3 up. 6 goes into 39 6 times, 36. 3 left over. 6 goes into 34 5 times. I have 30. And 6 goes into 48 8 times. So my answer is 4,658. Make sure that you've gone through this whole assignment. You have work showing. You have your answers written in the answer box. Then up here at the top of your screen in the blue bar, click on Submit so that your teacher gets the assignment. Great work today. These are tools that you're going to use for the rest of 6th grade, and I will see you in later lessons.